Welcome, I'm Dr. Melina Roberts, and I want to talk about ways that we can improve our deep sleep. Now, sleep hygiene is so important to our overall health. One of the great reasons for improving our sleep, and especially the amount of deep sleep that we're getting at night, is because what we found out in the research is that during our deep sleep, our body activates the lymphatic drainage of the brain. So it actually helps to clean up our brain tissues and helps to move toxic loads out of our brains and to move that toxic load out of our body. And this is extremely important. So this is why sleep needs to be prioritized in our lives in order for us to have better, more resilient health. Sleep needs to be a priority. So one of the things that really helps with sleep hygiene, just realizing that our bodies are creatures of habit. We actually like to do the same things every day. That's how our circadian rhythm likes to work. And one of the things that helps with that in terms of our sleep hygiene is going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, which I know can be challenging, but this is a sleep hygiene suggestion that can really help to improve the quality of our sleep. Another thing that we'd want to do is to sleep in a pitch black room. We want the room to be completely dark, sort of like when you're sleeping in a cave. And the ways that we can do this is that we can either have some blackout blinds so that no light is coming into the room. And if we're not able to do that, another way that you can do that is to put a sleep mask over your eyes. And this will actually help you to get better, high quality sleep. We also want to be sleeping in a quiet environment. Again, like you're just in a cave. So you want to make sure that there's no noise that's happening in your sleep environment. Another thing that we can do if we're not able to get that quiet environment is to put earplugs in. Earplugs are one way that we can decrease the noise and make sure that we are sleeping in a quiet environment. Another thing that helps to set our body up for high quality sleep is the temperature of our room. So we want to set that thermostat at 20 degrees Celsius or 69 degrees Fahrenheit or below. So you want to make sure that that room is slightly below room temperature and it's a bit cooler in that room. And that is a good temperature for our bodies to be able to get into that deep, restful sleep. Another thing that can help us to get high quality sleep is to make sure that we don't have exposure to blue light screens. So the screens from our phones, the screens from our computers or iPads, these will all give off a blue light, and that blue light can be affecting our sleep and our melatonin production. So we want to make sure that we either stop using any sort of electronics 2 hours before we go to sleep, or what we can do is we can wear blue blocking glasses about 2 hours before we go to sleep. And this has been actually shown to help increase the quality of our sleep. Another thing that we could be doing is we can stop eating 3 to 4 hours before we go to sleep, so that our body's not working on digesting our foods while we're sleeping. We want to make sure that the digestive tract is not as active those times before we go to sleep. And one of the ways we can do that is to make sure that we stop eating 3 to 4 hours before we go to bed. So that means that we're not doing any nighttime snacking, or we're not eating our dinner late at night. And for this next one, some people are more sensitive to caffeine than others, but I would say that a good general suggestion for the general public is that you stop taking in caffeine at around 2 p.m. So you have your caffeine early in the day, but you make sure you don't have any caffeine later in the day, because sometimes that caffeine in the system can affect the quality of your sleep. And another thing that we want to do is we want to have a soothing bedtime routine. You know, we tend to do this with kids, but we don't tend to do this as adults. We want to have like a wind down routine that really helps to get our body more relaxed and able to easily shift from that sympathetic state into that parasympathetic state, which is when our body will get into that deep sleep and we'll get that deep, rejuvenating sleep, high quality sleep. It's not just about the time that we are in bed. We want that time that we're sleeping to be quality sleep. And so that means that we're going through those different stages of sleep and that we're getting as much deep sleep as possible and as much REM sleep as possible, because this is when our body is doing a lot of its rejuvenation and cleaning up and detoxing and processing of information. Our body does a lot of things while we're sleeping, so it's actually so important that we get a good night's sleep. And so some of those things that we could be doing for that hour before we go to bed is that we're making sure that we turn off technology, that we have a nice soothing routine. So sometimes that'll be having like a hot bath. And it can also be that we drink some warm tea that helps us to kind of calm down our nervous system. And it may be just sitting down and reading a book. So just having some sort of routine that helps our body to get into that deep, relaxed state so that we can have that high quality sleep. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to share this with your friends and family, to press the subscribe button, to press the like button, to make a comment below. And until next time, continue to learn, grow, and build health. And I'll see you in the next video.